We have some comic book Kickstarter drama going on today as a shill who kind of works for IDW on the side and put up a Kickstarter a couple years ago that raised over $10,000, failed to deliver. Now, if you remember back in 2017, a lot came out of B. Clay Moore's failure to deliver a Kickstarter. It spurred on a big movement within, of course, independent comics and people complaining on the internet about what these people are doing when they're grifting with these comics. Now, we have a very similar situation here where there is a bunch of political drama going on with it because, of course, the creator who failed to deliver this is trans. And that's actually the most important part because a trans person needs to be protected even when they steal money from their backers. At least that's what some simps on the internet are doing now. We'll get into the news right here. If you guys like comic books and, of course, you trust that I'll always deliver because I've delivered on 12 different graphic novels over the course of these last few years. You can go to my web store right now. And of course, I've already got all these done. They're printed. I can mail them to you here. Look at this. I've got 5 volumes of Flying Sparks, Overmind, Cosmic Warrior, Deus Volt, and Spectacular Comics, and Dynamite Thor. I don't have all 12 on here just yet. We've got a couple more coming soon. But check these out, guys. I've even got some digital stuffs, and I do books, regular novels too. And I stealth released a couple just books on my website here. No pre-order or nothing. You just get the download of these novels immediately. So there will be no stealing from backers. I appreciate my backers. I always deliver on a timely manner. I'm very proud of that over here. And my identity has nothing to do with that. It just has to do with the fact that I work hard, take this seriously, and act like a professional, something that these guys can't do. So this was brought to my attention by Tyler Draw and Talk, who's a great Kickstarter professional also, always delivers on his comics too. And he says, WTF, what started as a retailer holding a creator accountable for their actions on ghosting readers and backers now turned into a hate mob of creators canceling a retailer. They ask how come comics broke is a thing. It's because you own, how creators own your own problems. They're canceling shops now. So Pulp716 is a comic shop, and they were complaining that they didn't get their Kickstarter reward for Sparrow #1, which is right here. Now, this is a book that, of course, looks like it was last updated now. But up until there was a complaint here by this Pulp group, there was not an update in over a year. So look at this here. Here's a printing update. Look at this, September 15th. But look at this, May 3rd, July 6th, 2022, and there's nothing going on right here in terms of people delivering their books. I want to make an update here. I have some news. Firstly, I wanted to apologize for the poor managing of the project and lack of communication. Well, yeah, that seems to be the problem. It's been 2+ years since this comic was kickstarted, and nobody knows what's happening to it. I know I've apologized in previous updates, but I can't apologize enough and deeply ashamed of the way this Kickstarter has gone. That's a good thing. Thanks, Calvin. Oh, Calvin? I thought your name was Kara. Well, okay. Whatever. I faced with this hard choices, basically had to choose between my family and somehow fulfilling the book while homeless. Oh my gosh. Well, the main deal here is, and this is what I always say when people crowdfund comics, never promise more than you can deliver. Never take a salary for yourself out of this or count on a salary for yourself out of this before you've actually delivered what you fulfill to people. This is how you gain customer trust and do things correctly. Everything I get from my Kickstarter pretty much goes directly back into making new art and making new books every single time. I hardly take anything out of it. I rely mostly on what sales come from my website and Amazon and things like that afterwards in order to make a career here. But a lot of people don't do this. A lot of people take all their money, they blow it, and then they can't fulfill their books. So we see this all the time, especially in the woke areas of things where they believe they're entitled to a living wage when they actually don't have that much of a following and don't actually have the means to produce their own comics to begin with. You shouldn't be kickstarting that if that's possible. If you're becoming homeless, you need to go get a job. I'm sorry to tell you this. It's ridiculous. But we're supposed to be feeling sorry for this person who's basically defrauded their backers by not delivering a product, not intending on delivering the product, but actually just sending this out. Here's the statement here. Posted updates gone. I figured I'd write everything out here. I know I failed. I'm deeply ashamed of how I managed the project, but I think about it every day and have been, and continues. What actually happened? And then here's a person saying here, are you saying you spent all the funds on your move and such and now have nothing left for the actual book? Is there a finished book? This person, of course, defends it. Keep in mind, they didn't make much of a profit. Nearly all the 10K went straight back into the comic. Shipping would be $3.5K minimum, printing around $2 to $3K. and I believe Kickstarter would take 7 to 1K. The problem was immediate. Well, gosh, I mean, again, it just comes back to you shouldn't promise what you can't deliver. This is not just like fund yourself with a GoFundMe here. This is you promising to deliver a product for people. I really don't feel that bad for it. But the problem here is what happened is when this Pulp 716 called it out, this person sicked their fans on them. And of course, it became a trans issue because this person is pretending to be a woman, and therefore they are not allowed to be criticized on the internet. This is exactly what happens with these mobs on identity politics at this point. Absolutely crazy. Now, Pulp 716 now has deleted their Twitter profile because they were taking so much heat. This comic shop was bullied off the internet because they were asking where a Kickstarter was and where their books were that they paid for. Very sad. Comic shops can't afford that because comic shops are barely making it as is these days. Of course, Marvel and DC are shitting the bed over and over and over again and making it difficult for these people to make livings to begin with. So shouldn't we care about their livings when they are trying to support books and get books into their shops to sell to the customers? I guess some people are more important than others, and some people are more equal than others in the animal farm that is the comic industry these days. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure to back people who actually deliver like myself. Go to my web store today and check out Subscribestar. I would love to get some more people on there. At the end, my goal with Subscribestar here, guys, and I'll just chill for one more minute, is to get a group on here that's just going to like care about the stories and really just like fund the art up front. I'd love to make monthly comics, and that's going to be my goal. I'm not going to do it up front and, of course, put myself into debt like some of these other people. But if we can get 300 people in here, and we have a lot of viewers of this, we can produce monthly comics at a quality that's better than the mainstream industry. And I would love to be able to deliver that to you guys. Please check out this and those links in the description below. Help us get there. And we appreciate you for supporting real indie comics. See you soon.